Pop persuadable. Man, I'm going to tell you guys why I don't run Adrenaline in Dead by Daylight Mobile. I came out with that exhaustion perk tier list. And there are some, PC console players who are like, Adrenaline's really good. And it's like, yeah, on PC and console, not on mobile. It's good on mobile if you have Survivor with friends, but in solo queue on the mobile market is hell right now. And I think people forget that the mobile market is a very fucking different thing. It's not the same. All right. So that's a thing. And so this is like a 25-minute match. These are not bots. I messed up right here. I tried to overextend. That was an awful juke. And it's whatever. I have to make up for it now. So now I'm just going to kite as long as I can. And my God. So these are not bots. They're genuinely not bots. And oh man, I don't even know if I want to talk over 25 minutes of gameplay right now. Because then, oh my God. Adrenaline's a good perk, but in solo queue, again, the mobile market is just still learning. How about we put it that way? We have a lot of survivors who are still learning right now. And you see how messy that flashlight was right there? Oh well, whatever. We made it work. And we're going to do a few of those this round. I don't know what else I could do. So what I'm doing, I'm all over the place. I'm making no sense right now. What the fuck? All right. I'm using Objective Obsession. I'm using a flashlight. And I'm trying to play as aggressive as possible. This is how I usually try to carry solo queue. You can carry a med kit instead. Deliverance. So I got Deliverance. I got Resilience. I got Objective Obsession. And then I have Dead Hard. So this Plague actually does the right decision. The Plague decides, I'm not going to deal with this dude. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and try to do at least some decoding. And we're going to speed this up a little tiny bit. All right, so we'll speed this up. What we see is all three of my teammates already get injured. Perfectly fine. I mean, that's going to happen. Solo queues, whatever. I think she used the Corrupted Vial or Corrupted Purge. So we got one person who's down. So I'm sorry, two people got injured. I'm the third one. I'm the idiot. We're going to heal this guy up. We're using our Resilience right now. Resilience, in my opinion, is a lot better when you have something like a med kit. But I've been practicing with the flashlight a lot more. One of the things that I'm realizing with my flashlight is that I stand way too close to the hunter. I got to remember that this thing has some distance on it. And I feel like the game sometimes tricks you out a little bit. Makes you think like your flashlight, it can't go that far. So you stand super close to the hunter. And then you got to like jerk it super high up. Let's get back to the second kiting session now. And let's see how we do here. And the first kite session was already about 1 minute and 51 seconds. So that first, from the beginning of the match till she ran away from me. And I'm not talking about when she started hitting other people. I mean when she just simply ran away from me. We already wasted 1 minute and 51 seconds. All right. And we're going to speed this up a little bit again. All the boring stuff. The Plague did a good job. That's a high tier killer strategy. This is rank 1. So you're going to see that. Plague was tunneling me for a little bit, decided to move away and then leave. And Plague is end up going to hit him. Now at this point, people are already cleaning themselves or purging the vial. So whatever it's called, cleansing. So at this point, I'm like, fuck it, whatever. I'm just going to cleanse it anyways. Because, I mean, we're already like, I don't even know what because I can't tell how far we're into the match because I'm speeding this up. But we're already about 5 minutes into the match. And we're still at 5 gens. And that included like 1 minute and 50 seconds of me kiting in the beginning there. So I already know that this match is going to be a complete shit show. I'm trying to do the rescues. I know I'm not doing the best job of decoding either or repairing. But I mean, I can't do everything. I can't kite. Can't do the rescues. I mean, I should probably just go and heal him, to be honest with you. But at this point, I'm just trying to find some gens that I can work on. I'm looking aimlessly like, man, are any of these gens really being done right now? And every time he comes over, I'm kind of transitioning away. I'm going to help this teammate out over here. I do see an error in my gameplay right here. And that is that I do feel like I'm running around a lot. But honestly, I don't know what this Plague is going to do. I am a one-shot. And we are doing a piss poor job of getting these gens done. So this is my problem with the mobile market. Or people who don't play mobile DbD. And what they do is they play, you know, the console and PC version, and they think that every little tiny thing on the on the PC and console carries over to the mobile. I have an incredible amount of respect and love for the PC players, console players, but this is a different market. We have to look at it objectively, and this is what's happening. Ask any player right now. This is the majority of solo queue, even in Tier 1, and that's okay. People will get better, but right now, I wouldn't use Adrenaline. So this is something that I've been getting better with my flashlight. That distance, and really trying to get that distance with these hunters. I'm starting to practice using flashlight, because I came out with a video about how I get pissed off when I get flashlight stunned. And so there's nothing I can really do here. And, all right, we got one juke there. Not going to be able to do too much here. And I realized that when I go in solo queue, I play very aggressive. I use Object of Obsession. I'm always in your face. And I'm constantly just trying to provoke you. Now, I'm going to transition away from this because we have 2 players. But I realized that if I can get good at flashlight, then it's just going to piss hunters off even more, or killers. And it just means that they're more likely to continue tunneling me, and that's exactly what I want, because that's what you see in this gameplay right here. You see that I'm tunneling, or rather this killer is tunneling me, and I'm going to be a little toxic there. I know a lot of people don't prefer that. That's totally okay. I understand that. But right now, man, I am trying to do anything to get this killer to get pissed off and to tunnel me. I want this killer to tunnel me and focus on me, because my teammates are going down. We have no jet. We only got 1 gen done. And the hunter does a good job. So what she's doing is she's getting that vile purge. And what I'm just trying to do is put distance between her and I. So if you're wondering what I got here, she has corrupted purge, rather. So for those who don't know, if she pukes on me one single time, I'm going to go down. I'm going to be put into a die-in state. All right. So that's why I'm just really trying to transition to the best of my ability. I'm going to try to use this to my advantage. I'm probably going to just decide to go down and not throw this pallet down. This is the only pallet that we pretty much have left on this entire side of the map. We are down to 3 gens, which is nice. I'm worried about it. You can see that she's double back and she's doing a good job. And she totally tricked me right there. That was an excellent move from the plague. And that was a good job. So up until this point, that was about another 1 minute and 50-second kite. So we're looking at just shy of under 4 minutes of kiting so far, or looping. And don't get too mad at me by screwing up the words on that. I always confuse them just because, you know, Dead by Daylight and Identity 5, I do cover both. So just, you guys know my point. It's always funny when somebody starts somebody actually wrote on the Dead by Daylight Discord, "I cringe every time I hear you say the word kite. It's called loop." I'm like, dude, if you're cringing over what words I'm using over a video game, you're pretty pathetic. But that's okay. I still got love for you, boo-boo. Let's speed this up a little bit. All right, we're going to speed this up. So we're down to 3 gens. And I'm going to do my best to at least try to decode a little bit. Plague has, I can never say that word, but pretty much that perk that decreases everybody's repair and speed by about 3% per injury. So my resilience isn't really working out to my advantage here. Right now, I mean, it's offsetting a little bit, which isn't too bad. But we're going to continue decoding here. And believe it or not, I mean, like I said, this is a 25-minute match. 25-minute match. So, do I think Adrenaline's a great perk? Yes, I do. Do I think it's good for solo queue right now? Absolutely not. This is like an everyday thing. I mean, even when you play this aggressive with Object of Obsession, getting flashlight saves, doing repairing, doing saves, I mean, this is... and I know you guys are doing it too, right? We all are. And again, I actually am not trying to be a dick. It's just that they'll get it down. You know, I'm not mad that the survivors are still having issues. The game's so brand new, and the mobile market's a really new market for Dead by Daylight. Which means that there are a lot of people who still don't know how to play the game. They're still learning. I mean, I know it can be annoying at times, but we got to be patient. And that's okay. So when I say Adrenaline's not worth it, I'm faking her out right here. She's trying to go for me. I'm using that Object of Obsession to my advantage here. Really making her waste her time a lot. And I think that she's going to go and put that other person on the hook. She was going to slug, but then I think she decided not to. Or is she still tunneling me? I can't even remember if she's tunneling me. Yeah, she's probably going to go on hook, so we're going to speed this up. Yeah, anyways, what we were saying, it's totally okay that people don't know how to play the game yet. I really mean that. It's just that me saying that adrenaline's not worth it, I just genuinely need to explain why and give you just one example of many. And this can happen at all times. But again, I think adrenaline is a great perk for Survivor with friends, but I'm not using it in solo queue. There's no way. Not yet. And this is just a reinforcer of my exhaustion perk tier list. And this is not an anomaly. This is everyday thing. And like I said, they'll get it down, Booze. The survivors will get it down. They will get it down. They will do it. But we got to have a little bit more patience. But my job is to tell you guys what is actually working on mobile. And unfortunately, a lot of that PC and console content, a lot of it actually, I should say, carries over. But not all of it. There's a lot of things that it doesn't carry over. And that's my job. So, what are we doing here? I think she's chasing after me again. I'm going to use this object of obsession. If you don't know what this is, every time you look in the hunter's direction within a certain media radius, I can see the hunter and the hunter can also see me. So there's a lot of mind games that go into play with this. This is where it gets difficult. This is a little dangerous for me because I actually don't really know which side she's coming from. So it's always like I don't know, it's a little bit of a gamble. I'm going to try to kite for as long as I can now. Now this is one of the things that can get frustrating. Because this is what happens, right? You have two types of people. Now, let me make this very clear. You guys know that I'm rank 1. You guys watch me on live feed. You guys watch me on Twitch. You guys know I don't give a fuck about escaping. I really don't give two shits. And the reason being so is that I already know that I'm rank 1. I already know that I've got to rank 1. I already know that I can kite good. I know that there's a lot of room for improvement too, right? Like my flashlights need to get better. I can be a little bit more... learn a little bit more discipline when it comes in terms of rescuing instead of just charging right in. Okay, so there's a lot of room for improvement for my own gameplay. But honestly, I don't really always care about winning. I don't care about escaping. So the reason why I'm saying that, by the way, is because what you have is my teammate up there is not they're decoding, or they're decoding very slowly, or they're not decoding at all. Because what happens is that you have some people who are so gung-ho on trying to escape that they don't actually do any of the repairing of the generators. And when that happens, it doesn't matter how long you try to loop or kite for, the generators aren't going to get done because the hatch is spawned or whatever, and they're looking for it, or they're hiding in a locker. And that's just the reality of it. I mean, that happens. But you guys are going to see what I'm talking about. I mean, I end up taking a lot of this killer's time. I didn't mean to do that, by the way. At this point in time, this is crazy. My hands are getting sweaty. My hands are getting sweaty, and that's what you just saw. You actually saw like a little glitch. And I think the killer thought that I was going to throw the pallet down, and she ended up stepping back to respect the pallet. But by doing so, see, there we go. So she was expecting me to climb that window. This plague is not a bad plague, man. This plague has kicked my team's ass. This plague is doing a really good job at being able to mind game me. I'm just winning some of them right now. And, you know, she's not dumb. She's not just falling for any little trick that I pull off. This is difficult. I'm actually wiping my hands at this point. I am wiping my hands at this point because I'm sweaty and we're still at 2 gen. And believe it or not, generally that was about a 2-minute and 50-second kite right there. So I don't even know where we're at. We're at like 6 minutes, 6.5 minutes of kite in the match. And that's going to happen. So I'm going to try to still get her attention right here. And, you know, there's nothing else I can really do at this point. Because I don't give a fuck about hatch, man. I don't care about escape. I just want to see how long I can kite for. But I am hoping that my teammate can do a little bit of decoding. And she does a good job here. I get a little bit lucky that she gets on that tree. She probably thought that I was going to juke backwards. You remember that earlier in the matches. She's just adapting to how you can look at this and you can say, oh, why would she do that? Again, she's seen me juke. She's seen me try to do the 360s, and sometimes they're working for me, sometimes they're not. And I'm actually losing grip of my phone now. Again, my hands are getting really sweaty. You're starting to see a little bit slower movements. And so that's why I stood at that pallet. If you're asking me, why didn't you continue trying to loop her right there? Well, the answer is because I literally couldn't, and I had to wipe my hands. That's how long that this has been going for. So you know how right then and there I just said, oh, that was another 2-minute and 50-second kite or whatever? Well, since that point, since it resumed, that was about another 45 seconds to a minute, give or take, since saying that. So you see me doing the best that I can. My teammate eventually gets hit right over here. We're going to speed this up a little bit. Nope, never mind. No, we're not, because now the killer's coming after me again. Again, this is a very good space to kite, but it can be a little daunting. It can be a little nerve-wracking because I can't really see their red light, so you don't know which side of the building they're gonna go on. So another thing that you can try to do is wait in the middle, but that means that you're gonna kind of run out of options. She's trying to use that purge on me. I know that with her trying to puke all over me, it's slowing her down a little bit, so that's why I decided to keep moving forward instead of looping in that area. Every time, unless she has the add-on that doesn't decrease the movement as much. And again, now she's going to leave me, which is probably a good idea. And that was another basic 45-second kite, give or take. Yeah, I don't really know what to do at this point. I mean, I keep looking at her. I know that the generators are pretty close to each other, but I'm a little confused at this point because I'm like, all right, none of these generators are done. I'm kind of kiting away. You see me doing that move again. I don't want to hear you bitching about that. I'm just trying to get this killer to come after me. And so this is what I was talking about waiting in the middle. And you see how dangerous that is? Pretty dangerous move. She's going to hit me with that vile purge, or corrupted purge, I'm sorry. Still trying to get that terminology down. It's been a long time since playing PC. And so now she's trying to hit me with her vile purge, or corrupted purge, sorry. I'm going to keep moving and try to put some distance between her and I. And do the best that I can to continue drawing this out for as long as possible, buying my teammate some time. And again, unfortunately, none of the gens are done. I'm trying to move over. Yeah, see that? That came so close to hitting me. So now it's no longer trying to kite her, but also that stupid-ass puke range. And we just barely able to get in there and miss. Had a feeling she was going to try to do that. So I'm anticipating a lot of her movements. I still don't know what she's doing over here. I'm waiting to see where she's going. I'm trying to look at little hints of that red light there. Waiting for it. All right, so we're going to keep looping here. I got to make sure that I don't hop it too fast. All right, we got a little bit of time. Hopefully she swings. She does try to swing. If you try to swing like that, you're just going to buy me more time. I will not be able to do anything right there. So she was not able. She did not know that I was going to do that. So that bought me a little bit of time. There was no way that I'd be able to kite in that area. She hopped that window nice and fast. And again, my hands are sweaty. I'm losing grip of my phone. And this is the best that I can do. She tries to swing again. And she knows too. She knows that the hitboxes are bullshit in this game. So she's trying to abuse that right now. But I'm not getting dedicated. So her strategy is to hope that I get dedicated. So right there was about another 1 minute and 50-second kite. It's weird, or loop. It's weird because this hunter has like a 1 minute 50-second threshold on them. Other than one other time, I think it was like 2 something. I don't know. I'm not going to confuse myself because I have to go back and watch this footage and see how long I actually ended up looping for. And I start counting it when the hunter is coming in my direction using that object of obsession. So you see a lot of transition, and you see a lot of ability to use the environment with whatever I have left, right? There's not a lot of pallets left. And so I know she's coming my way. So that's how I know that I'm eating up her time now. And I see her behind me. And again, I don't know which direction she's going to go in. I don't think that she's going to follow me now. I think that she's going to try to mind game me. And that's exactly what she's going to try to do. And she's trying to hope that I continue running. And so now I'm feeling a little insecure. I'm not going to lie. I don't really know where she is. So I'm just going to move away from this location. And you can see with that brief object of obsession that she's on the other side of that building. She was hoping that I was going to go over there. But you know what? I'm glad that my teammate finally got one gen done. We're getting towards the end of this clip. I do end up making a mistake, and I'd like to show you where that mistake is. Even after all of this looping and all that stuff, you have to look at it and say, okay, what could I have done better? I did a very good job. I feel I was able to use my environment to my biggest advantage. We're running out of pallets. I mean, we pretty much got nothing left in this game. And I'm using that object of obsession to my advantage. I don't think I would have been able to kite this long without objective obsession, because objective obsession is really helping me with being able to see them through these buildings and understand where they're coming from. But sometimes objective obsession can get you in trouble a little bit if you rely on it too much because you're not really looking behind you. And I'm going to show you an example of that. So I see that she's over here. She actually does something very, very basic, and I fall for it. So here's what happens, right? So I'm moving and I'm not really looking behind me. See how I'm not looking behind me? I look behind me, I see nothing, and I just continue running right into her. Very dumb mistake, and I have no pallets left. We tried to do 360. Nothing I can really do right then and there. Now, the worst part of it, too, is that my teammate does not even bother trying to... I don't think my teammate tries to come and rescue me. So out of all that kiting, out of all that time, no assistance whatsoever. And, you know, that's just going to happen. It's solo queue. People are still learning the game. But this is why I don't prefer adrenaline. I think objective obsession really, really helped me out to maximize my ability to really annoy the hunter or killer in this sense. And it was a good match. At the end of the day, I can look at my own game style, my own play style, and say, hey, man, that was a pretty dope match. You know what I mean? And the hunter eventually, the killer comes back and starts hitting my body. But honestly, I deserve that because I was teabagging during the match to try to get her to come after me. I know people have their own opinions. I'm not going to try to convince you otherwise. But in my mind, it's a game. And, you know, I'll say if there was a post-match, I'd say good game, excellent job being able to mind game me at the end there. I mean, at the end of the day, she was able to get the kill. And if you're a killer, that's all you really need to do. But this isn't really... I know that the premise of this video is kind of shitting on solo queue right now. But in like a weird way, I'm not trying to. I'm actually just trying to give an example as to why I do not think adrenaline is worth it yet. I think that our market on mobile... the good thing about Dead by Daylight Mobile is that it's been exposed to literally hundreds of thousands of people who have never played this game before. I mean, in my own community, I have thousands of people like I never played Dead by Daylight, but I'm playing Dead by Daylight Mobile. So we got to be a little courteous of that. We got to be a little patient. But I wasn't even really that frustrated in this map because I kind of had a feeling after like 9 minutes in, I'm like, all right, this shit's not going to get done. Anyways, I'll try to add some text to see how long the overall kite session was, give or take. But thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. I hope that this video was able to bring you some enlightenment on how I'm using looping and kiting skills on Dead by Daylight Mobile. Really just spending a lot of time getting better. Also, Identity 5. Check me out on Twitch, man. One of the fastest growing mobile streamers on Twitch. It's awesome, man. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Have a good day, guys. Bye-bye now.